Hello and welcome to Edgewater. This is episode 2 and we're just having a look through our contracts that we have available for today. So we've got harvesting on field 5 and ploughing field 29. We'll just have a quick squiz through the other contracts that are available, and they look like there are plenty. Can't complain about that. We won't put any in. We won't accept another one now. We'll just leave that open in case something better comes along. No, it's looking okay. Yeah, we'll just wait and get that sorted out. Well, let's just see what the weather has got in store for us today.
Edge Sask radio for you. Edgewater weather today. Cool and dry to start. Expect rain at about 9 a.m. clearing by 1 p.m. The rest of the day is set fair.
Well, it's pretty interesting. So we'll just get going with this harvest until the rain comes in around about 9 o'clock, and we'll obviously have to stop then. We can't be harvesting in the rain. And what we'll do then is we'll start on the ploughing contracts that we have. Maybe take on a couple more if it's still raining during the course of the day, and then just hang on for the rest of the day until it clears up, and then we can get back to the harvesting. So this is field 5, massive field, really big field. I'm just doing the headlands just to give you an idea of how big it is. The crop that we're harvesting here is one of the new crops, peas. I have to do a little bit of investigation on peas and whether these are actually peas as we know them, frozen, that you would get in the store, or whether they are another variety of peas. Not quite sure, because I'm sure the peas that we get in the store are not harvested with a combine. But we're not going to be picky about that. We'll find out. Well, I'll get on the old Google. Should have done that before doing this episode, but yeah, I'll let you know as we go along what I find out about that. So we're still going. Down on the left hand side we can see the motorway. Car zooming along. See, the sun is just starting to come up. The dawn is breaking. As I mentioned briefly when we first got onto this field. Oh, there we go. We're full up already. We haven't even gone around the whole lap. Well, I guess we'll have to just pop out, go and fetch the tractor and trailer and come take this first load out. So my feeling is we're going to have quite a few loads. So our trailer is quite big. It takes over 50,000 litres. So maybe 2, 3, I don't know. Maybe more than that. We'll have to wait and see. This being a contract field, the yield is not that great. There we go. Did you see that sunrise coming up? Beautiful. Can't complain at all. So let's carry on with the rest of this headland. Pretty happy with this harvester. Seems to be handling these fields quite nicely. It's quite maneuverable in terms of getting around some of the tight corners that we have on the different fields. Still enjoying harvesting on these different fields, or working on these different fields, not just harvesting. Yeah, they are a bit challenging in terms of working out how you're going to do things, and being of the size that they are, a little bit challenging with workers. Of course, on console we don't have any course play, so we can't work that out. It'd be interesting to hear from any PC players that might be watching this, whether well, where the coarse blade works and how well it works on these fields. I should imagine it'll be okay. The only place I could see any real problems from the videos that I've watched of PC players with coarse blade, by no means an expert, is perhaps the edges where the fences are. That might sometimes, I believe, create a bit of a problem, but I stand under correction on that, as I've never done it myself before. Perhaps shouldn't be commenting if I've never done it myself before. Yeah, me and my opinions. Right, we're just about finished that first lap. Cannot complain. Just jump forward a little bit now. We're getting towards just after 8 o'clock, so not long before the rain comes in. And this is our third time of emptying the harvester, so the trailer's pretty much going to be full. What I'll do is I'll set the combine on onto a worker. I'll move it down the field a little bit just so that it doesn't have to deal with the edges of this this little outcrop in front of us here, and then let it run. Of course, once the rain comes, it'll stop automatically, so that way we'll be able to make sure that we are harvesting right up until the rain comes. And then it's a question of just seeing how accurate the weather forecast is, how close till, or how long after 1 o'clock before we can get back on the field. Right, so here we are on the way to... Whoa, 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 whoa! Hey, mister, what's going on? You can't just pull out in front of a tractor like that. We've got 52 tons of stuff bearing down on you. You just pull out enough. Oh, I feel like turning this blue with rage, but we won't worry. No harm done. Just a very lucky white vehicle not to be hit up the rear end. Right, so here we are. Let's go and offload this. I'm glad I have one of these pushback trailers, or whatever you call them, as opposed to a tipping trailer. Though it does look like the height could be quite substantial, so you might be able to get away with a tipping trailer in there, but as soon as I see a map where you have to drive through to make your deliveries, tipping trailers go out the window for me personally. Right, so this is the first load in. Wonder how much it's going to give us. Oh, I can't see. 45% chance, so we've got at least another one, and then we'll have a little bit left over. So at least another full load, another 50-odd thousand litres, plus a little bit more maybe. Right, so because the rain is started, we'll go and hitch up the plough, and we'll head off to field 29, I think it is, and go and start ploughing there. Once we've finished that field, we'll have a look and see what the time is and if it's still raining. If it's still raining, we'll try and find some other contracts. We're pretty much limited with the equipment that we've got to doing either ploughing or spraying contracts at the moment, or harvesting contracts. So we are a little bit limited in terms of harvesting when it does rain. So there we go. Yeah, field 29 we'll head off to. Nice bit of money for that job. Just under 20 grand. Right, if we turn left here, and should be just a little way down the road here. Should be able to turn right. Yeah, I presume it's up that little road, and then we'll just get started. And here we are. Fairly big field. Just unwind. I like to call that unfolding, unwinding. Unwind my machine. Let's get going. Right, so we'll do the headlands here, and I'm not sure whether I'll have to put a... I mean, I've only got the tiny little tractor, so I can't really do a lot of multiple action now, because basically the harvester can't be used because of the rain, so I've only got this tractor, which is big enough to pull any equipment. I suppose I need to see what the power requirements are for the sprayer, because I think my other tractor, the small tractor, is about 145 horsepower. Might be able to run it, but right now I'm having fun with this plow. Nice decent width. Got the fence got over 5,000. I wish. It's got over 500 horsepower, not horsepowers. Horses don't have powers, they only have one power. One horse, one power. Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. Getting around at a pretty rapid pace with this plow, and it's pretty much working as expected. Rain seems to be a little bit heavier. Right, so I've just jump cut to the end of the plow, so it's sort of looking at 10:45, so the rain is still coming down in buckets. The weather forecast didn't say how hard it would be raining. I'm guessing we have pretty good soil, because pretty good drainage in our soil here, because we don't seem to be struggling with the wet ground on the plow. Well, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. My guess is it would actually be quite sticky plowing in this type of condition. Right, so we've cleared up all the little bits and pieces. Let's get off to another job. We'll just head up a little way, and then we'll have a look and see what's available. Yeah, the weather's still, just looking at the app, yeah, still a couple of hours really, so we can certainly do a couple more contracts. Let's go and have a look what plowing contracts are available. Field 9 and 10, two smallish ones. Let's get those done. It should be pretty quick with this plow, and then we can assess the situation again. Well, I was heading in the wrong direction. I had to go and do a bit of a U-turn, because fields 9 and 10 are just at the end of the road that I was in, and to the left is the field that we're busy trying to harvest in this weather. Well, harvest has been suspended until further notice. Right, I'm going to do this on a bit of a speeded up time lapse, just so that you can have a squiz at what these small fields look like. I hope it doesn't make you too dizzy with the slight spinning around that takes place, or plentiful change of directions is what I should say. But in any case, I just wanted to give you a bit of an insight into the nooks and crannies of these fields again. Now, I'm saying it over and over, but I'm enjoying playing on these fields. Really am. You know, it makes what sometimes can be a very mundane job quite interesting. Almost like a ballet. A ploughing ballet. Not that I really have watched a hell of a lot of ballet in my life. So where are we now? We're sort of at 11:30ish now. Rain doesn't look like it's stopping anytime soon. But we've still got this field to finish and field 10, so I'm sure, as you can judge, I'm really keen to get that harvesting contract finished. I don't think we'll be able to do another harvesting contract today. The other thing, of course, is I've got to start planning for winter. Winter, as I understand it, can be pretty harsh in this area. So I need to be able to have some sort of work that we can get on with in the winter months. I don't know whether there'll be any snow ploughing contracts. Maybe there will be, I don't know, but I doubt it. And of course, the fact that there will be, well, that there should be a couple of months where we can't do any contracts. Well, we might do. We don't know. We don't know yet. But I'm working on the assumption that in the winter there won't be too many contracts around. We've got to find something else to at least bring money in. And that's the plan that is developing at the moment. And towards the end of this video, we put the first step of that plan into action. Don't know how well it's going to work, but and whether it'll generate enough to actually keep us solvent. That's the biggest problem. So we'll have to be careful money-wise when we go through this first winter. We haven't had, because of the time that we started up our contracting business, we didn't have a long run in, although we did have a good time to start in terms of the amounts of contracts that were available. So we need to plan for that. And of course that also helps us with our transition from being a purely contracts company to moving into the textile industry, and of course supplying ourselves. We're trying to become as self-sufficient as possible with regard to raw materials for our textile industries. Right, so it looks like the rain is just about to give up, to stop. So we'll just go and drop off this this plough quickly. Just give it a bit of a service. One of the tines I heard twang off, break off as we were ploughing. So I'll just go and repair that. Shouldn't be too expensive. Pretty standard repair on these types of implements. Give it a little bit of a spray down. Get it ready for what I am assuming will be some more contracts this afternoon. So what I'll do is I'll get the harvester up and running, go and do some more contracts, and then we'll come back to you sort of later on in the afternoon and let you know what's happened. Let's give it a quick spray off, and we'll get back to that field, to the harvesting. Go and set that off. I'm very happy with this Fendt 1050 with all the bells and whistles on it. What I like is it's pretty maneuverable again around those nooks and crannies. I think you're going to hear nooks and crannies a lot from me in this series. So back to field 5. Of course, we'll have to deal with this top end once we've got the rest of the field harvested. But I think a worker should be able to take care of the rest of the field. It's pretty much squared off nicely, and I think we shouldn't have too much bother with a worker doing it. We'll just set them off again. Away they go. I'm hoping to get a little bit of pea stock into the silos at the end of this. Just depends on where we are. Right, so we've spent the rest of the day. We've done another ploughing contract, and quite a big field, and pretty much took us up until now. We've only just completed it. So I've just got in the combine and finished off all those little bits and pieces at the top. As I suspected, the worker had no problem harvesting the rest of the field. We've taken another load down, another full load down to the mill, and delivered another full load. Our contract is at 99% complete. We've only got this little bit to do, so I'm presuming that whatever I have, there's not a lot in the trailer at the moment, plus this 12,000 litres. So I'm hoping that we won't have to use a lot of this to complete the contract, and we'll still have 10,000 litres or so that we can save to sell at a better price, because the price is not really that good. It's only about half of what you can get. I think it's around about June, July when the best prices are normally about. So let's just see. We'll see what we can do. Never really mastered the ability to work out exactly how much to deliver. I'm sure it can't be that difficult to work out. FS19 used to be quite easy, but I've not really tried it here. Normally what I do is just take the trailer there and just get ready to stop the delivery as soon as the green light comes on saying contract fully done, or I start seeing us making some money. Right, so just before we take that down, we'll just finish off our second afternoon ploughing job. I didn't really think you'd want to watch a whole lot more ploughing, seeing as we spent a lot of time on that early on in the video. So I'm just finishing this off quickly. And yeah, so I did field 3 and 1, I think it was, this afternoon. 2 really big fields. Some decent money coming from that, which I think I haven't claimed yet. I'll have to check that up when I get back to the office. Don't think it's been paid yet. So I'm still expecting a little bit there from that, and also expecting a good payout from the harvest. Though I won't be taking any of the harvest bonus. Well, we still have to wait and see. I haven't done the delivery yet, but I'm going to try not to take any harvest bonus right now, and rather put the actual excess stock into my silos. Right, so there we go. Field 5 is done. Field 1 was done early on. That was 30,000 odd. 20 odd thousand for field 5. So 50 odd coming from there. And another, I think it's 30 odd coming from the harvest. So yeah, we're looking good. Right, so yeah, we've got a small little load to go and deliver. Just driving through the town now, taking it nice and easy. Don't want one of those cowboys pulling out in front of us there. Did you see that? There was a little bit of a swerve to the left there by. There we go. Another one there. I don't know what. I'll have to check the steering on this tractor. Maybe it's just me talking and not concentrating. That little red van didn't appreciate it. Little red truck, whichever way you want to call it. Right, so here we are. Let's go and see how much this is going to take to complete the contract. As I said, we had 99% of the contract done, so it's pretty much going to be a smidgen. Once that's done, try and stop the delivery or the unloading, and then hopefully we'll have some stock to take back. Alright, here we go. See how fast my fingers can work. Alright, there we go. There we go. It's coming. There we go. Yeah, that. Yeah. So we still got $100 odd, but we still got just over 12,000 left in the trailer. Let's have a look and see when peas best sell at. I'm pretty sure it's in June, July, somewhere around there. Yeah, July. So we'll hold on to this and sell it around about that time. Hopefully we would have done some more contracts and got some more stock to sell at good prices. Here we are, back at the yard. First time using our silo. Fits nicely into the trees here. What I like is it's just on the entrance into the farm, so nice access as we come in. Let's get out of here. I believe the land agent that I've been expecting is here. And what I want to do is I want to buy field 16 or plot 16. Now it's about $33,000. Can quite easily afford it. We're up to $135,000. And it's reasonably flat. The other field that I want to buy is plot 54 that you can see just above there, but that is just out of our price range, and that's where I want to grow the flaxseed so that we can get the straw from that and put it into our textile company. Right, I'm going to get somebody in to come and do the soil analysis. I don't want to do that myself at this stage. It's going to cost a little bit of money, but whoa, look at that loam, and it's good soil. It's good soil. Oh, it's making me think twice about my plan, so I'll have to think about it a little bit more, but really I think I have to push on with what I'm going to do regardless of what the soil type is like. It needs to be nice and close to the farm, or to the yard. Well, thank you for watching. That's where we're going to end this episode. Please like and subscribe. And cheerio.